Yeah, so with that being said, as always, we expect more hands today, especially since you had a good break. I know all of you are excited to get back into the TRP challenge meeting. So yeah, please feel free to raise your hands. Yeah, we already have Nebiu. Nebiu, I'll hand over to our technical team, and Nebiu, please go on. If you're speaking, you're on mute, Nebiu.
Oh, I thought you said you'd hand over to your technical team first.
Oh yes, they're already in the call. Maybe if they want to share anything, yeah, please do. If not,
yeah, go on, just as usual, like 3 minutes, and then I will just be timing right now. Just maybe, Rodas, if you can just on your phone, just time it,
okay.
And then let us know around 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Like starting from the screen share.
Okay, I'm sharing now. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Just wanted to show what I did on the previous project, which is the ledger, the agentic ledger. So this is just a dashboard I built to show the applications and what's processed, the approval rate, and also there is a progression lag, which updates when the projection daemon is working. Currently, there's no background process, so we see 0 millisecond here. Here we also have tabs to view the applications. We can sort them based on the state. So for human review, we can enter an ID here. And then we can approve, decline. This is just for events that are loan applications that are human, that are referred for human review. So this is what the agent is not sure if the confidence is low and so on, that it would not automatically generate a decision. We also have a compliance, what passed, what didn't. We can see which agents processed the whole thing. We can submit this, and this will now be accepted or would be approved. This documents tab shows documents that these are the documents that were created using the data generator. So you can also load applications from here. When you load, it will extract the necessary information here about the company. This is the application summary. And then the first event here, as expected, is the application submitted. And if we run the pipeline, we can of course, it's recommended you run it one by one. The document is always recommended, but you can select a single document to run. And then here you will see a live log of how it's processing it, where it is at, and so on. We'll just wait just a bit. The document is the one that takes the longest. So you'll see the time. You'll also see here, if it requires tokens, you'll also see the token spend here. Mostly the token spend will be on the decision.
Sorry to interrupt. No, sorry to interrupt you. Just maybe 40 seconds left. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is done. Here we also have the what if analysis. So here you can also select the applications. You can select any application here. Was declined here. Here you can. There is a reason that it was declined. You can view the application and find out. But you can also change some factors here and run the what if analysis. So basically, this is what it looks like. So if there's any questions, maybe I would answer now.
Yes, Nabi. So can you take us through the what if analysis?
Okay. So we can select any application here. Here it's approved. We know that if the confidence, just from the loss, we know that the confidence is less than, I think, 0.6, would decline it. So we can enter confidence that's maybe 0.55. And if we leave it as blank, it would keep the original. Should I zoom in? Is it visible for everyone?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Okay, so if we leave it as it is, it would be the same as the original. So we can try to run it here. Takes a while. Here it's like running. The agent is running, and yeah, so it would generate. So it would refer. It would from approved. It would push it back to refer since the confidence is low. So if your confidence low changes by at any point, this would be like the result of this loan application. This answers, I think, the what if analysis.
Okay, thank you, Nabila.
All right.
Okay, so maybe just one more like question from the community, or you can answer in the meantime. What is the most exciting for you now, like of all the things you did?
Exciting.
No, like what would you say, like what
Um,
excited you about this project, or which part you have done? You're
yes, for
most
me,
proud of?
I think it's interfacing the Week3 project. So I used like an API for the Week3 project as its own, and then like there is a backend for the front end. So there is a backend API here that would like host everything here, talk to the database and so on. I did a bit of optimization. The first run that I did, it was extremely slow. It didn't. The dashboard was extremely slow. Like you can see here, this lag now it's like 17 seconds. I did some optimization. That was like the part that I used Redis for cache, and like there was the best part for me was the optimization part, and also like following through each agent. I also like the idea that an event it's an event sourcing architecture. So the most interesting part, I would say, would also be the event sourcing. It would build on whatever there is in the past. We can only append. So that's, I think, the most interesting part for me. I've never built anything like this before. I didn't answer the question shortly, but that's what I would say.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, great. Thank you. If there is any question who wants to ask, then you can. You have one. If not, then we can continue to Gasha.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is this visible?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. My name is Gasha. I will present the Ledger production grade event sourcing system for multi-agent AI workflow built for Apex Financial Service. As you know, the problem is as AI agents are making loan decision worth in millions of dollars, but we have no temper of proof record of what happened and who decided what or why. So, for example, if a regulator asks, show me the complex decision history of application X, we need to answer within 16 seconds. So, based on this, let us try to show the demo, which is developed by using the Next.js framework for the front end. Let us start from, this is the home page. This is the application.
So what we are seeing probably is a completely different thing.
What?
What we are seeing, the screen you're sharing probably is a different thing. It's something else.
Okay.
It's a product and stuff, laptop.
Oh, sorry.
What we are seeing.
Okay. Okay, let us change this again. Okay. I think it is
yeah, now it's visible.
Okay. Okay, let us start from this. I think the time will start from this. Okay, this is the homepage. Sorry, the homepage or the dashboard. This is analysis part. This is the application, and let us go to the run pipeline and the demo suite. When you say the run pipeline, I have integrated my with my week 3 document processing project. So we can select the document or the application like comp002 or comp001. After selecting, this will be make ready to upload the document like income statement, balance sheet, financial statements, all things will be ready and uploaded. If I wanted to replace the document, I will select this one and I will upload it. So when you say, when you try to this, let us run the full pipeline by uploading these 5 documents. It is working. It's submit application, the application ID, the upload documents, then the document processing agent. Agent 1 is processing, extracting the document. Then the credit analysis agent also works. The compliance agent. Finally, it gives me this summary, the document processing, its confidence 0.05, 0.59, as coherent, missing fields, re-extraction, and the credit analysis like risk target, confidence, recommendation limit, and rational also generated, and the fraud detection. Fraud score is 0, and the risk level is low. Recommendation is pass. Such kinds of output is generated from this. And when you come to the demo suite, this is run scenario live against the event score. For example, I will run this first, the week standard. It will work based on this. The Apex Financial Service, Ledger demo, the phase 1. It starts as agent session, the gas town anchor, and the application submission, the credit analysis.
Sorry to interrupt you, Gasha, just 20 seconds left.
Okay, sorry, thank you. And it is the final one, and then it is, let us go to the next one, the temporal compliance query. The first one is completed. It also works at the same way. And the gas town integrity is the third one, and the concurrency under pressure also the other part. All test skills are tested and working well.
Thank you, Kashaw. I think that was great. Let's see if the other people have questions to see other features that you have already, or any questions. Maybe that I will ask one question. So in terms of like showing the processes that are coming from the backend, what do you use? So the shell that is kind of running is mirrored here, right?
The backend is fast API.
Yeah. So like, but the logs, are you showing them? Are they in the database, or how are you synchronizing to show it in the dashboard?
I have all things are stored in the Postgres database, stored separately in my PC. So I have used the Postgres database. And
but so is the text that we see, for example, setup, seed loan stream to version 3 with the lines, are they also saved in the, like those logs, are they saved in the database, or are they mirrored from the outputs?
Yeah, all are saved in the Postgres database, and this filter all things from the database.
Okay. Yeah, but it seems a lot more mirrored in a sense, like the logs are actually mirrored. So, okay, good. Any question?
And for the other thing, for firstly, I have taken all the record from the starter, and after running the starter, I have got the seed data, and I have
Yeah, no, I mean, I think
extract.
my question is more about the log that is
Okay.
visible in the dashboard. So, okay, great. Any question? Anyone? If not, then thank you.
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, Gasha, it was a good presentation. So, can you show me the projection checkpoint of your database from your database? I want to see.
Okay. Okay. Let us open my PG admin. It's opening my PG admin is
I mean,
now. Okay.
So we're not seeing.
how
We're not
did you
seeing.
Okay. Let us share it.
So, but what is the question and what is the answer involving? Sorry, who is asking?
I
I
want to
think
see
that-
the projection checkpoints in his database.
Okay.
So,
Okay, but we're not seeing Gashao. If you are showing anything other than the dashboard, we're not seeing anything. We're seeing only the dashboard.
Okay. I think please try to repeat the question. I am
Yeah, but
considering.
also just in the interest of time, I think we took more than 9 minutes now. So in the interest of time, maybe we can, when we have time, Gashao, you will readjust. You can ask the question so that.
Yeah. So I will adjust, and everything that I wanted to show is so. Let us continue.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you, Gashao. And let's go to Stefanos. What's that?
Okay, let me share my screen. Good afternoon,
You can
everyone.
share your screen, Gashao.
Hear me? Okay. Okay, hope my screen is coming.
Yeah, your screen is visible. Time.
Okay. Thank you, Abdul. So for last week, we have been given to tackle the challenge of like this enterprise auditability issue. Because right now the problem is not like the AI deployment and like that, but it is auditability, especially like in areas like banking, hospitality, and critical government sectors. That auditability is a critical one. So I have tackled that one, and the architecture is pretty much, or like we have this MCP layer where the agents will be able to interact, and also the command handlers where the MCP tool and business rule enforcement is happened. And we have the aggregates and the event store, the central audit ledger. And also we have the projections where we can read all what we need. So let me go straight to the demonstration. So I have implemented all the required features from concurrency, gas town, and so on. But right now, like, let me try to simulate 25 loan applications and see how we will perform on that. So right now, I'm running 25 loan applications. So it's already completed, but I can come here and confirm on a DB as well. So if I come and check here, so I can be sure that all 25 are simulated. Also, we can see about the events. So we have all the events recorded here. So if that is okay, I can go straight and show you on the dashboard what I have added the features. So I have the Grafana dashboard and also the Ledger Assistant. So here, like, let's say if an auditor comes and wants to see about all the applications, so he can come and ask, like, for example, how many applications are approved. So the Ledger will do the analysis from the data, and it will tell him how many are approved. So right now, as you can see, 25 applications have been approved out of 25 like that. And also we can ask, for example, let's say for specific application for 25, he can come and ask like, why was application this one approved or declined? So instead of going, if he's not a technical person, he can have this ledger assistant, so he doesn't have to go through all the DB. So right now, like it's generating from the data. So it clearly tells us why this is approved, like the details of the summary, the key decision factors like fraud assessment, all the details. So human oversight finally have been done. So it will tell him what happened. So we can ask different kinds of questions and you can get all the answers. And also, like if we think of production environment, the transactions are huge. So we also need to have a monitoring system. So for that one, I have also built a dashboard using Grafana. So for example, we have here a dashboard where we can check the projection healthy. So we can see that we have outbound message pending here, and also the projection lag versus SLO. So this one is more on, to check the projection status in healthy events per minute and so on. And also we have like the application pipeline monitoring, where we see how many applications are approved, how many are declined, and also the average fraud score distribution and so on. We can also see here the details of the application, like their state, ID, and so on. And also we can have also like the agent performance model drift. Here also we can see how the agents are performing, like how many analyses they have completed, the model version, the analysis completed, decision generated, and so on. We can also go down.
So let me stop you there, Stefanos, just in the interest of time. But let's see if anyone has question with respect to what they want to see. Any question?
Just one question on the assistant, I think the chat box. So when you ask a question, can you take us through like how it finds the answer and how actually accurate is the answer?
Okay, what it actually does is like, I have the LLM connected with the database. So it will take from this data source, like all the points that I have. So it will take that and it will do, it is like LLM synthesis analysis. So how accurate it is, if I go and double check on the database, like I can clearly see that how many applications are approved and declined and so on. So it's pretty much directly related to the database. So that's accurate. Yeah.
Okay, so the agent is writing a SQL query?
Yes, it will fetch from the database, and once it gets the result, and it will do its LLM analysis, and it will make it like more user friendly, but it will do a direct SQL analysis.
Okay, so also is there like a guard, like if it tries to write to the database, what would happen?
So if it writes to the database, actually my third feature was that. So the database, it will actually let us to modify. For example, let me show you this one. So for example, if I run integrity check, right now, let's say the true tamper detected and the hash is okay. But if I try to modify to the event, the SQL will let us update. But what will happen is like, if I run the integrity, it's like, it's saying the false tamper detected. That means like, even though the database allows us to update, the ledger will know it like there have been a modification, and like that is what we need in terms of auditability. But on the database, yes, we can update.
Okay, so like how does it know? What are you keeping? Maybe as a hash, are you keeping certain data? Like how do you know? Is it based on, for example, any kind of cryptography?
Yes.
How
That's
do you, like, yeah.
Yes. That's the cryptographic chain implementation. So we have that chain like connected with the previous event store, and also in a way that it registers its own state. So whenever like we modify, the ledger will know it. But on the DB, as I said, we cannot like either we strictly enforce like the database modification, we can modify.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Thank you, Stefanos.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. And any other question from the community? If not, we go to Terece. So just more a comment, just so that because we don't have time. Normally, like if you're sending the data to the LLM, it's gonna really kill you, right? It can't scale, like, whatever it is. So in principle, there should be a way just to, the LLM is supposed to only know the schema, not the data, and generate whatever required query or code, and you have to process or run that code with either SQL runners or code runners in a sandbox. And only then you will be able to scale. Otherwise, it's just gonna, if the LLM is gonna see only the data to answer your question, it becomes much harder. So, okay, Daraji.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I think my screen is visible. Today, every AI enterprise is facing a most similar problem. That's not because of the models are bad. It's because no one can answer the auditor's question. So I prepared an infrastructure that fixes that problem permanently. It's called Ledger. So that means every agent decision is already recorded. It's not immutable. It's not something we are able to update or delete. So history is a database. Let's see the overview. This is just the total event streams, how many loan applications are approved, how many are declined. When you see the trail, we can see only, actually I'm presenting for this particular loan application. So we can see the complete event history over here. Also for the compliance, we can see that 10 rules were evaluated and then all of them are passed. When we go to the projections, so we can see the application summary, agent performance, and audit view. Also, we can see the engagement of different agents. For example, the credit analysis has a total of 16 agents. And then we can see the SLO is below 500 milliseconds. Of course, we can do a live query from those projections. Also, we can go to the live demo. So I'm gonna try to demo concurrency gas down and then counterfactuals. For the concurrency, I have two agents, agent alpha and agent beta. So both of them will try to access the same stream version. So when both two agents try to open the event store, okay, their expectation is that the version is true, but agent alpha gets the lock or privilege first, so, and the event stream becomes, the position becomes 3. So agent beta gets optimistic concurrency error. When we go to the gas tower, see, the thing is, I did this one for the credit analysis agent. So this agent has these node sequences. So let's trigger crash and reconstruct. Basically, I do a fatal memory crash. That's it, just something I do in my script. Okay. So it throws a timeout error because it loses a LLM API call. So it has to. That means the system finishes the three nodes. Valid input of get record and load registry are already completed. So it resumes from the load extract facts onward. So the rest 3 completed are already skipped. So that does work. Let's go to the counterfactual for sake of time. So the use case is what if this particular loan application is made high risk? Okay, and then let's see. That the reality was.
Sorry to interrupt you. The time is up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Just as a question, so maybe from my side, what's the counterfactual? In this case, is it just a simple simulation? It just says, or what is the logic you applied?
The logic is the applicant were from the very beginning with a risk of medium. But now, for the sake of our analysis, we made the risk high. Okay, according to the policy, that loan application has to be immediately declined. But the thing is that applicant demonstrates stable revenue and has adequate debt service coverage. So it's not ignored or declined. So it gets a flag of referral, which means the risk is high, but the customer or the applicant shows good customer, I mean, customer, like has stable revenue kind of thing. So it's escalated for human interventions, or the loan officer can intervene here. So that's why it shows referral. That's it.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Anyone else? Any questions?
Also, I use code.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about the MCP. So, yeah, continue.
Oh yeah, good question. Good question. Yeah. Let's go see if I'm connected to the MCP one. I'll say so. My MCP Apex Ledger is running, and then I'm connected to my Postgres database. So everything, the interaction between my desktop and database is through MCP. That's it. So let's go. For the sake of time, I just simply run all complete loan applications. So yeah, I made a chat with and then it finally checks the integrity checks and then gives me the summary. Full pipeline is already completed, all of it, and then this particular application is already submitted, approved, kind of thing. So communication between my database and the cloud desktop is through MCP server. That's it.
Okay, so did you face any issues when you're building the MCP?
Yes, sure. I face sometimes, whether it is an active MCP client is connected to it or not. So sometimes I have to, tell it the context. I have to specify there is an Apex Ledger MCP layer by default that has this notion, but you so check for that kind of thing, or else beyond that it works fine.
Nice. Thank you.
So in particular, when you are presenting, just this is for the future, anyone, if you're presenting your work, make sure, I mean, of course, sometimes you can't and are unable, but your connection, as much as possible, the two things that you should be careful when you do the right, good job is that you don't want to be, like, if your connection is really bad, then whatever work you've done, you can't present it well. So just sometimes it's important to check, to make sure that you are in the right place. I mean, in this case, I think it was good until then for Darache, but sometimes that's just the issue. Most of the time, we were, making sure that your voice is loud, your connection is clear, is as important as the presentation itself. Okay, Nuriye?
Yeah. Okay, let me share my screen. So good afternoon, everyone. So today I came up with the Ledger, which is an agentic document-to-decision platform. So here is the core idea: is just like every important actions from like document intake to the final decision is just recorded as unchanged events. So the system is going to be explainable and it's going to be auditable. So as you have seen here, there is the data generation, which enables us to generate 3 files: the CD event, application registry, and the documents. So it enables us to test before going to live through the project. The other is the document processing, which is our Week3 project, which enables to extract, chunk, and store data. The other is the agent, the credit analysis, the fraud detection, the compliance check, and the decision, the final decision. And finally, the human review also. So the other is my MCP tools and that of the MCP resources. And one thing I have added also the outbox. From the outbox, the relays will push it to the Kafka so that it can stream very important data. So having in mind this, let me go to my code base. So let me show you what has been generated. So this is the data that has been generated, the 3 data. And this one, the document is for over like 80 companies, and there are over 300 document files has been generated. So having seen this one, let's go to the main dashboard. From here, this is the sample, the latest application loan that have run. So as you have seen, there are a lot of events that have been generated here by different agents, which are related to different let's expand. So as you have seen, there are a lot of events that have been generated. From here, we can see which event is like produced from which node. As you have know, there are 6 nodes in our state graph. So one of them is the right output. So this event can be produced from this one. So the agent is a document refinery agent. And the aggregate is it's related to the document package. I have used actually 5 aggregates. I didn't use all the 8
Nuri,
or 6.
sorry to interrupt you. Time is up.
Time's up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important to, if you have said what you have said, that's great. If not, let's see if there are questions from the community. Who wants to see what?
Okay.
Yes, Anuri. So I think today you took a lot of time on the Mermaid diagram, so we couldn't see more on the system. So just maybe can you show us like a very important feature that you have built?
Yeah, actually, the tools, the MCP tools, I have already the 8 MCP tools here. So I can run, I can load my commands and then see all the things, all the results. These are the results that I want to see. I will see. The other is the Kafka, I think, maybe the very important thing. It enables us to see which one is pending, which one is retrying, and which one is did later, because I have already running my Kafka here in my Docker. So maybe which one is, this may be different. And the other is I have built another projection table, which is called analytics for this one. And also I have the MCP resources here. The 6 MCP resources, the application summary, the audit trail, the agent session replay, the ledgers, everything. So
did you try connecting the MCP servers resources?
MCP resources to what? To my projection?
I mean, you have MCP, so it's going to be used by maybe an agent, just like the Raji shows.
I didn't get you, Abdulhamid.
So yeah, the purpose of the MCP, what do you think it is?
The MCP resources?
Yes.
So the thing is just grabbing information from not directly from the event source, but from the projection table. That's what.
Yes, but
I
who's
understand.
connecting? Who's connecting with the MCP? Nuri?
Yeah.
Who's connecting with the MCP servers?
Sorry.
Maybe your agent?
I mean,
Do you have an
I may not
agent that
understand.
connects? Okay. So it's okay.
Okay, I have 5 agents actually. If you are thinking about the agents,
I mean, like the purpose of the MCP should be, it should be connected to one agent. So you build an MCP so that an agent can call the MCP, right?
yeah. So here is the credit agent.
Yeah.
The credit analyst agent.
Mm-hmm.
The
It's
compliance.
calling.
Yeah, it's calling. Yeah, here.
Okay, so those application summaries audit trail, those are the resources that the MCP provides? Or
Yeah.
is it like what is the input? What's it calling it as? I mean, the agent would be calling tools that are associated with the MCP. So when it calls, it would be asking for an input, and then it would then process and provide an output. So in this case, what is the input and what is the output?
Okay, so the input is just when I first run this command, it will just directly load. It will grab the latest event, the latest IDs that I have run already. That means when I try to,
Yeah, I think maybe just in the interest of time, I mean, the MCP is really not an API, right? It's not. It's meant to be like basically exposing agents to access data or tools in some sense. And that basically means like you're not designing MCP resources as API, it seems to me. And that means once you have an MCP server, then you can connect them anywhere, whether it's in Cloud Code or your IDE, or
okay.
And you need MCP clients always to connect to MCP servers. So you can't call them simply by just a code. So I think that's what Abdulhamid is saying.
Okay.
So it just seems here, it doesn't seem to be more MCP thing. It seems more API thing. And that's all the differences. Just but yeah. So in the interest of time, I think let's move on. Okay. Thanks. So then we had Masarat, but I assume you want to go later, or I'm not sure. I think there were hands that goes down. But let's continue to USA. But also, I think I am kind of, I'm not worried, but I'm surprised to say. I'm only listening all the time, the same people, which is great for those people who are actually presenting. They are learning every week and they're showing us, what they build. And I know that almost all of you have built these things as well, but some of you, they somehow, even if you are in a place you can't talk, you must make yourself available on Monday just so that you can talk, right? So this seems to me like there's a certain sense of complacency that because you are not just talking last Monday, you're not talking this Monday. It should be the exact opposite. If you haven't talked last Monday, you should be talking this Monday. I'm kind of know that it is very slightly annoying, like just to be very blunt, that people who have just done work that they are not presenting, they're not, putting their hands to present, and it doesn't show the type of mindset that I know you have, like at least in terms of people are really working hard. And if you really work hard and you don't show that, And it's kind of, different mixed feeling, just more stating what I'm feeling very clearly so that you know. So let's go to Joseph.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah, I will share my screen. Okay. So mine is a simple demo. Yeah, to present. So the layer is a event sourcing store. So it stores all the events, and we can see how each agent makes the decisions. So, for example, like I have run this application ID before, and after that, it will I can load each load streams. So these are the application submitted, the credit analysis request with each payload, and the time, the session, and the ID. It's also included for every stream. So when we come to here, the agent stream, yeah, for each stream, we can see the events, all the event from agent session started to agent session completed for each of the events. And when we see all events, we can see all the events from the application submitted alone to the last event. So we can source how each decisions and each applications submitted are made. Yeah, and additionally, we can query like the compliance. These are the regulations. These are the 6 regulations in these versions, and when it passed, it's veridict. All it passed in nuclear, and there is a evidence hash, and we can query using the ASOF. Maybe if I time, yeah, 6 by running maybe if we query like this, so we will get only the compliances as of this time. So these are, and the agent sessions are the 12 agent sessions for the compliance, the credit, and so on. And here also I added the token set. Here I used for now, but I used when I run this, I used the free limbs, so that's it. But I can total the total cost also, and here is the integrity hash, and I also run this to see if I am behind when the projections are run. And for now, there is no event behind, but if there is, we can show. And I connect with the Postgres database, so it shows from the projections tables and so on, from the events and the event stream tables. For the MCP, I didn't connect to the charts, but I use a MCP inspector, and I tested each tools and resources. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt you, Joseph. The time is up. Maybe you could finalize.
No, I think Joseph also finished. So great. Thank you, Joseph. So, okay. Any question? I think that's great. Anyone, any questions, Joseph?
I have one question.
Yeah, go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, I'm hearing.
Okay. Thank you, Yosef. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Yosef, and that's a good one. But for me, maybe like for database, which one have you choose for this the event store? Like, is it Postgres? Like, if it's Postgres, why not like event store DB? What is your reason behind that decision?
Okay. What's the question? I hear you, but
Okay. I was asking, what was your database for this one, like for the event store? Is it Postgres, or like if it is Postgres, why not you choose event store DB? What is the reason behind database selection?
okay. The other one, event store DB.
Yeah, which is in the challenge, like there were two options, Postgres and event store DB. So why would you go for PostgreSQL if you go for that?
Okay, I didn't take that into decision, to be honest, because I have previously have Postgres installed, so I continue with that. Also, it's in the starter, so I didn't refer into that tips. So I will maybe refer after this.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Yosef. Then let's go to Brikti.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Let's start sharing. So, yeah. Okay. So the ledger is an event store system. So it stores the history of what happened as an ordered event. And we need to go to the code base. So the event store is the source of truth, and every important step from submission to document processing and to human, everything in between is appended using these files. And also the runtime is the orchestrator. It moves the application through the workflow in order, which is document processing, then credit, then the human review. And there's also the pipeline, which is processed with we extract the structured facts and also output the document package events. So there are different files here, but let's go to the front end. So here we can see there are like we can start an application. This is the launch point, and a reviewer chooses a company, the document, and the company package from the document corpus, and select how far it can run. And right now, like I think it will take a bit of time, so I will not run it. But let's go to the queue. And here we can see there's the manual review, which is the application that's required human review or that passed through this process. There's an approved and declined, and let's pick one application and see the events. So it says the status declined because of compliance, and this is where the application is sitting right now, the lifecycle rail. And here's the current snapshot and how many events were processed, things like that. And in the timeline, which is the durable business event. So here, these are all the events, and we can check the events here. This, and also let's go to the compliance, since there is a decline there. And here we can see that it was declined because of this, because of one of the compliance rule. And we can see here there's what evidence used and oversights, and going to render. Okay, so this is why it was rejected, like a complaints issue, things like that. So this was this was what I built. So
Great. Any question to Brikti?
So I have one question.
okay.
Yeah, about decision orchestrator agent. So does it work on Intuit then maybe approved some amount, maybe. Or
Yeah, there are applications that were approved, but the one I selected was declined because of the compliance issue. I think I should have separated the serial application and also the yeah.
Yeah, I have some errors on that, so I was asking that maybe the requested and approved kind of the amount, if it works. Yeah, I want to see that. Okay.
There's decision requested. Did I answer your question?
Okay, it's okay, but my question is like maybe if 500,000 is requested, and how much does this the multi-agents approve? How much amount maybe approved? That was my question. But yeah, that's okay.
If are you saying if there's some amount, if the agent how the agent process the amount it suggests the recommended suggestion?
Yeah, my question like if 500,000 is requested when submitted the application, and when it's approved at the final stage, some amount must be, I think, approved. Maybe all the 500,000 may be approved, or due to the financial situation, maybe only 300,000 may be approved. So that was my question.
I haven't specifically tested that part, but I will get back to it after checking.
Okay, thank you.
So maybe Brixie, I have a very different question. So for example, your what you built seems really great, right? Just very, very strong. Why didn't you want to present first? Why didn't you become the first one to present? And also when you present, it felt you were not actually enthusiastic about it. Maybe what are like these two things? Like what do you know? What is the feeling that? What is the process in your feeling that kind of that went on?
Well, I didn't present first because I wasn't prepared, which is like my I guess my one of my faults. I should have prepared first, and I was trying to organize how I'm going to present. Where should I start? And also, I was like seeing some of the presentation. I was like taking notes, like what I should do better next time, things like that. So I wanted to see how other people did also. That's one of the reasons.
Thanks for the honesty, but it's really, this is where really you have to change. This is weeks, we are at 7.
Yeah.
You guys are doing really, I mean, we see it, right? Not only you, just everybody else that who are not speaking, they're doing amazing work. But somehow you can't always be a student. You should always practice like that leadership, like that just going first, that saying. And it's in the diversity where the value is. It's not in the learning. I think we know it. Look at what you have built. 1 week, something really, really great. It must surprise you. You must be excited to speak about it. I think what I'm seeing is that there's complacency, like because we are not forcing you because you are. We're not forcing you. The reason is because we believe you are already great. If we believe you were not, we would have forced you. But then the thing is, you're not taking that role. And that's where earlier, as I was saying, it's slightly annoying that we consider you one of the best, but you're not considering yourself the best. And somehow you don't see the value in the diversity, where whatever you presented is different, and it has your thoughts, and people also learn. You can't, it is being selfish if you just keep learning when you're not teaching, right? So you have done something, you have thoughts, you have greatness, and then you have to show it. Not doing it, it kind of feels like you're becoming always the receiver, but not the giver, right? And I think in such community, that's probably, you know, you can say it's why I'm annoyed, like in some sense. It's just because if you didn't know what to do, if you were not that good, and if you feel like, okay, learning is, but a lot of you really build amazing things that if they were said, if they were presented, other people would learn. And I would have liked, just we don't have time. Of course, we don't have time to accommodate everyone, but I would have liked the list to go on and people, you know, really just want to present. It's the attitude that is more important, because you know now building isn't that different. Learning isn't that, you know, that much useful anymore. It is actually presenting it, learning it, teaching it, showing, and kind of speeding up in the process is what's important. So thank you for taking that call. But I am kind of really that challenge is for everyone. I know that I have been in your situation, and I know it exactly. You know, it's not that I don't understand, but I'm challenging you, and challenge yourself. Just become different next week. That's it. It's just press the thing. You know, it's like, let it be on us to call you or not to call you, right? So it's not really a matter of like, you know, doing great, and everything is great, and we know it, we have seen it. Like, and so don't wait for us to force you, because you're beyond that. Your level is beyond that. You're building things, you're building complicated things. Whatever you tried, small, you know, whether you succeeded fully or not, it's okay. It's just like that part is not most important. The most important is the enthusiasm, the greatness, you know, trying to show whatever you build. So yeah, I think this is more of just like, you know, this is really a reminder to everyone. And I have seen really great works when we see the end up and submitted, but none of those people actually try to also present them. And that's kind of, you know, what I was referring earlier. So thank you, everyone. It's really excellent, amazing presentations, different ways of looking the same things. You know, you have seen, and others also can see how things are different, and, you know, different questions. And also try to ask as much questions, things that challenged you, things you wished you did, but you didn't do. Ask another person, so that other people challenge other people. You know, it's not personal at all to challenge somebody like, why did you do that? Like, why did you choose that? I think that's really like in a community of like this, the best person is the one that challenges you. You know, there's no mark that is saying like, okay, you know, like if you didn't answer, that something is wrong. The point is that if you didn't answer, then you know now, okay, next time you have to think. And everybody who answered is great, but everybody who didn't answer is what they learned most, right? So it's really just the community is about that. So make sure you're challenging each other. You're not taking any challenge as personal. This is just a teamwork and you know, basically the journey to greatness. So yeah, I think this is a call to everyone. Kamria, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, you are.
So I have one question for you, actually.
Yeah.
So I was building and trying to improve my project, and I got one idea that, like, on the section of the policy. So the project actually does, there is a written policy which we provided in the project. Then it checks that actually I'm calling the LLM for the decision basics. So it interprets for the decision, the LLM one, but it takes that concrete policy in the, so for like approving or declining the document. So for that policy matter, I just split it, the agents into two, like the external and internal policy one. So maybe using two agents, is it like right? Or I actually, like, I was supposed to do those policies in one agent.
Let me admit, one fact. You guys now know better about event sourcing than me. I haven't built the system. I've built other things, but I haven't built the systems. You know better. And I think any architectural decision, it has its pros and cons. And in my understanding, your architectural decision to build two seems to be quite maybe even more interesting. But I will invite anyone who, just to answer also, to put their opinion, who has opinion on what Kamri asked. So the question that Kamri asked, as I understood it, that so in kind of introducing policies and how that propagates to the decision. So she made an architectural decision to split into two agents. One is an internal policy, and the other one is external policy. And she's asking if that is a better decision versus having one. If I am wrong, just correct me, Kamriya.
Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, who has opinion on this? Even if you didn't present, it's fine to answer. I know you did it. Maybe Betel, just what's your opinion?
The question is not clear from me.
So maybe Kamriya, can you explain to Betel exactly?
Okay, so Betan, my question is, in the project, like my project does, for example, if you select the document, one document, it goes through those agents, and MCP actually helps us to write the final writing. So I am using for my policy and agents that does like two explicit things. One is for internal policy and the second one is for external policy. So am I doing it right? I mean, am I supposed to use only one agent for the policy matter, or splitting was the best thing to do? That was my question.
I think splitting will be like good because like in while we do the architecture and the code as well, building things in modular ways for me better than like doing one thing one time. So for me, I would like split it, but I haven't like used implement this the one you mentioned, like internal and external policy and stuff like that. But I would recommend splitting it.
Great.
Also, like Kamara, just what? Yeah, I can also see that yeah, splitting the policy section like into internal and external is a correct approach, because like it clearly separates like system enforced operational rules like from regulatory and business compliance requirements. And I think that one improves more on clarity and ownership like that. So I think that one is a very good approach to proceed.
Excellent. Okay. So while we are here, even if we're going to hold a separate discussion, but I want to take the next 20 minutes as a discussion around this, right? So, what was the learning? What are the fundamental things patterns you have observed? And, if you have any questions, anything that it could be just about improvements, or it could just be like, fundamental discussions, how things are going, given that you are able to build such things. And then another very, very important one is that, what are you doing with your products? Like, do you think they're just cheap, that's it, gone? Or would you now try to approach, like, at least even if it's not complete yet? So like, would you feel like this, for example, the system you build, can it help other companies, banks in Ethiopia, for example? Any discussion around that? Just, I know it's 20 minutes, but a lot more, it should be led by you, and I'm more only just facilitating. And if there are questions, of course, we can, the team behind can answer as well, but it's just reflect on what we have done. And anyone is free to just start. If there is anything in your mind, just you wanna say it. Yeah, Mutasabeh?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
So it just happened to my mind that
Slightly, can you get closer to the mic? Slightly, just a bit far.
okay, what about now?
Yeah, now it's much better.
So it just got into my mind that one of the projects that we have been going through, which is our last project, week 5 and 6. I was a trainee on King, so why don't I just use the projects that I had worked on at the grade score modeling in the fraud detection, and also using this project together. It will be a good opportunity to present a full-fledged platform for different sectors like the banks or the microfinance institutes, and also mobile wallets or the digital wallet. So I was just thinking about combining all this into one full-fledged platform so that it's going to be useful for these sectors.
Yeah.
Have you heard me?
Yep. No, I think great. Yeah. So if anyone, want to reflect on that, that's great. As I said, I am going to facilitate it. It's going to be great. And I know that, this kind of discussions takes time. That's why even if it's silent, it's fine. Other people can come back after thinking and reflect on that. So yeah, no, sounds interesting. But let's hear what other people think as well. Kamriya?
Okay, so my idea in this project, that if it is helpful or not, it's no question that it is helpful for financial sectors. For example, let's take the process that it goes through manually. For example, someone submits a proposal for the bank sector to take a loan, then the whole process of to approve that proposal is we might not know the exact process it goes through, or like specifically, but it goes through like the only human thing takes, for example, the bribe thing and everything. The person that approves or signs may not be like, it's not based like the proposal itself, or it might intervene with humans' emotion or relationship, something like that. But if it's like automated and it goes through this project, it might like we can see like the output of the agents, the documents, the extraction of the factors, and after that, like the policies, if they meet or not, then the whole thing is recorded. So even if the human intervention is important in this project, but the human like decides or takes they take the decision based on the output of the agents, and it's maybe like he have to give some like explanations why he approved or declined. So this one seems more like trusted and useful for the organization, also for the one that submitted a proposal.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, Gamits.
Hi, Baban. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're very clear.
Yeah, okay. So thank you for the discussion that we had today. I mean, I wasn't in a good situation to present. That's why I couldn't present. I'm sorry for that. So to answer the question on the discussion topic. So my plan from now on. So generally speaking, I think the project that we have been doing so far, it has been very, very good. It was very structured. We started with how properly to use the coding agents and what is the best way to structure our project, what are the important files that the coding agents need from us to do best, and then from that we built the digital courtroom and how to orchestrate various agents and how they should work together, then the document refinery to process documents, and then the cartographer, which is very important for developers to quickly explore and understand different code bases. And then this one, the best project so far, the event sourcing, and which takes it to the highest level, to the production scale. And I think what I was thinking is basically what we have been doing is separate. We were trying to understand specific topics. So our focus was going deep dive into each topics, each architectural concepts that we have been learning. That's what we have been doing every week. So what I'm thinking is, for example, on the event sourcing, the main focus was processing alone, but we were not actually processing alone. We were mainly in my case, I was mainly focused on the event sourcing, the streaming parties, how do I achieve the real world and the production grade auditability. That was mainly my focus. So I didn't focus that much on the application process. So my focus, what I'm thinking right now is, first I will set up my environment properly, the spec driven, following spec driven and intent driven development. I will set up a reusable and every good working environment. And then I want to combine the digital courtroom, the document refinery, and the event sourcing to create a scalable and a production grade loan processing system. And fortunately, I work in a bank, so that is a very good opportunity for me to showcase what I can do. And to some extent, I understand how that process works. And so I think this is very, very helpful. And I think at the moment, even our bank is looking to automate things, and they are doing some stuff as well. And so this is how I am thinking, and I have been thinking this past week. And frankly speaking, what I have been building so far, the way they are not ready for production. But in a way, if I can build something that relate to specific companies and the specific areas, specific use cases, I can combine the knowledge that I'm getting from this to create a scalable product or scalable solution. And I think that can be very helpful for me as well as for the specific industry or company that I work for. So this is what I'm thinking and what I have in my mind. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Gamich, for sharing. Great. Anyone else? We have still 10 minutes. I think Nabi, you also in the, yeah, he's reflecting in terms of the last project may be useful in healthcare, and we can have patients' medical records through. Can also use the event sourcing to attach prescriptions, doctor notes, procedures, and so on to on the healthcare. And patients can attach all their documents, and results can be chronologically sorted. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's definitely something. Yeah, Stefanos.
Okay, thank you, Abubal. So when I reflect back on the week 5 that we have come through, I can see that clearly that all the projects can be, production grade, and they can solve real world problems. So like specifically, if I mention like this document intelligence refinery and this event sourcing system. So from my experience in banking, I have seen that like the document intelligence refinery, like that would be useful, like in terms of like policy analysis. And they like in fact they have different kinds of documents and papers, but right now I can see that no clear like system is implemented. And also if I come to the event sourcing system, like we do have like different kinds of transactional systems, database systems like that, but none of them, as I can see, they have like event sourcing systems. So what I can say that is like if we select one area and like specifically like do in a production grade, and if we promote it and like that, I think they can solve real problems. So as I mentioned last week, for me, I am planning like after I'm done with this like 3 months training, what I will do is specifically I will like focus on one thing and refine it and develop it further and further so that it can solve like real world problems. So and I am happy because of that. In 1 week, like you just grasp all ideas and you try to solve real world problems like that. And I'm happy about it. And hopefully, once we are done, I'll continue refining and promoting all those projects. And thank you, the Teen Academy, for all the support and everything.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, any reflections, any thoughts, other thoughts? I think, people, you can also complement other people's reflections. This is much more of a discussion. I think more to grasp further what we have been doing. So, Gasha.
Okay, thank you. Let us say something. I think this week 5 project and week 3, the document refinery, mostly integrated. As you have seen, the document refinery is very critical because nowadays we have large corpus or collection of documents, but when we try to get data or get important information from the collected document or corpus, it is difficult, even if the document is in PDF or other format. The other thing, I think it is really implemented, but when we come to the bank industry, I have tried to talk with some branch managers, but they are not interested even at a low level. The issue is, for example, when we at the document refinery, it needs API key. It needs payment for the API key, and they use the core banking system, which is developed by other software developer industries. They build these kinds of document processing or document refinery tools. They build them. It can fix their problem or it can solve the problem. But even at a district level, they have not in a position to decide or in a position to give further information. If there is a realistic and if we are sure on the document processing, because I have doubt when I work in the document processing. For example, when the document is in image or scanned format, it is a little bit challenging. It's not perfect. There is some issues. So when it comes to the bank industry, it should be 100% assured or correct to be implemented. But when it comes to the other native PDF, it works. So my issue is we need to try to more work on the image or scanned documents processing. When it comes to this, the week 5 project, it's also very interested. I'm very interested for that kind of project in any area. For example, when it comes to university, as we know, most of the universities implemented their own registrar system and so on. But when it comes to when students want to take or the university wants to take, for example, one student's grade will be changed over time by their own communication, but most of the universities cannot believe their system because somebody will alter or somebody will change their friends or their family's grade. They don't believe. So they enforce the registrar to have the printed copy. So I wanted to say this system is, this kind of system is not only for the banking, it is very important and critical in every aspects or in every organization. This is my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Gashao. Yeah, and also we have from Hewitt on Oku, and she's saying that actually, even if there are blockchain implementations, then like they don't have like even sourcing, and that one can be used there. And Nabiyu also is reflecting on how this, like, the quality of the agent architecture. So great. And Efrata.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Efrata.
Okay, so yeah, well, I'm gonna start from your first question, not this one, but your first question. So why are you guys not present? Let me start from that, and then I'll continue to your second question. So the reason most of us, I think I can speak for most of us, is we don't feel like we're there yet. We're not like that confident in our project. That's why, personally, for me, that's why I'm not presenting here, because I see bug here and there, and then there are also architectural decisions that I even question myself, like, why did I make this? And then also, I'm more of this traditional kind of developer because I'm used to coding all by myself, not like having all these agents run in parallel and doing the codes and changing, making a lot of changes. So it's kind of like tricky for me to confidently say what this project is all about, because I feel confident when I see every line of code and then also the intentions and also other aspects of the project. There's also your second question. So what do you think about the policy section? It was the question asked by Amaria. So for me, I implemented role-based. So I have like this 5 actors. So basically I have like 2 types of actors, where it is human actors and also the agent or AI actors. So that's how I kind of like have my policy section. So it's more of role-based policy, because I have like, there is inspector, there is this the admin, the auditor, security officer, the compliance officer, and the loan officer, and there's also the applicant. Because when I kind of like start with a project, I think about how will I sell this project to a company, or how will I implement this, or how will I pitch this for a potential investor or partner. So that's how I think I go about the project. And there's also your third question. So what are the applications of all the projects you worked on so far? What can you do with them? So all of the projects can be used in different aspects of our day-to-day life. For example, the data refinery can be used in public services, because we all know how it's so hectic to get things done in Ethiopia, because the government workers, like, you go to this office to the next office, and then it's all paper-based. So one thing we might need to add on that is like I don't see many OCRs that can read handwriting, especially if they're in Amharic. So that's something that we all need to work on, because having that will take our country or also our applications, different kind of applications, to the next layer. So it can be used in different aspects of in different industries, public sector, in the banking sector, in the education, you name it. So that's the second. And also, I am very interested and also curious about the first project we worked on, because we could use those AI personalities as we can make them a tutor, we can make them influencers, we can also use them in TV, also public education. So we can use them in anywhere. So it's up to us to be creative enough and also be smart enough where to put them, and then also having a way for them to evolve in certain way that they don't deviate from what we actually intended at the first place. So this is pretty much everything. So if you have a question, we can go back and forth.
Yeah, great. No, I think that's good. Like, I mean, I think the, that reflection is good. The one thing that I can say regarding the first one, that's very, very known. We know them, you know them, everybody knows them. That's a natural fitting, the natural place to be. Some people present and there's a pattern that you have been developing and some bugs, and you want it to be beautiful and you want it to feel great to present them. That's,
exactly.
That's natural. It is actually doing above that is what is important. In a way, like, that's called comfort zone, right? Like, that's what we know. In a what this new era is giving you is slightly different. It doesn't matter. Like, the old way of like being intelligent is you're living with basically intelligence being abundant and the cost of intelligence being lower. We have grown up with a completely different system. If you were intelligent, you had a lot more opportunity. Now it's not. It's like, who cares about as much that intelligence? I think people care a lot more about curious, about thoughtful people, about motivated and hard workers. So it's fine. I understand, and it's really, really natural. It's not presenting because by the reason you specified is very understandable. You don't want to understand it. That's, you have to know. We know that, we understand that, but we don't want to understand that because that's known. It's a it's a very, very, very well known. Now the question is, in such opportunities, how can you push yourself? And that's called nudging. We're just kind of nudging you. How can you just change in time? How can you feel home, that this becomes home enough that most people are introverts, but at home they still speak, they still talk. They have a natural place where that introverts part of it kind of becomes stops and then it become different. How can we make this place to be exactly that? Because that's all, for all practical purposes, we know them. We have passed them. Some of us, if you just put us back in your position, we might be that, and I might be there as well. But that's not useful in the current era, just like it's not useful to start coding. So it's exactly that ability. And so know that we understand that, but know that also we don't want to understand that is the contradiction, actually. So yeah, it's not the lack of understanding that element. It is more of the desire to change it. So, okay, now.
Okay, hi, can you see me? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Am I audible? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there is an echo. I don't know from which side it is. There's an echo.
Can you guys hear me? Am I audible?
We can't hear you, but it's very much echo, so it's very hard.
Okay. How about now?
Okay, yeah, continue with that. I think that one is doable.
Okay, just to reflect on. I think we all have mentioned that this can be useful for our financial activity.
Yeah,
Just
it's going up and down. So it's very much, I'm not sure for others, but for me, I only catch up when you come up speaking.
About
Get close. Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's just that it goes up and down. Okay, go continue and then let's see.
okay, I think we can use this for small microfinance institution. As you know, our current economic situation, most loans are being processed through financial institutions. So it's better to use the last, especially the week 5 project for processing, large corpus of loan application. And another one I just want to add is more knowledge have been locked under, documents and the different kind of materials. So allowing higher management to access those documents using normal, just human writable query will be wonderful. And as an idea, I was planning to use, the judge and the executor project for educational institution, that that can be used to assess finally projects of students, so they are not just copying and pasting the code, and we will can also see the progress through time. This is what I have. I think my airport is dying. Thank you, guys.
No, it's good. Great. Thank you, Nahom. Okay, we have Nuriye.
Hello, everyone. So actually, you have said it all, but one of our friend, I think Gasha or someone, was talking was reaching out to a client, but he got rejected. So I just want to add something here. So we know that our products, I mean, the product that we made for the last weeks, there is no question. They are a real problem solver. Even in my experience, I've seen some industries, even it can be applied for those industries. So there is no doubt how important the products are. But the thing is, most of the time while we're reaching to our customer, the first thing in prospecting and lead qualification is not challenging because it's all about us. We are prospecting, this customer needs this product, this bank needs this product, like that. We'll prospect by ourselves. But the thing is, when we come to the client side, so what we have to do is just, the question is, did we made our brand very legitimate? Are we trustworthy? Or how many people are knowing us? I mean, how trustworthy are we so that they can trust our products? And even how much did we know our customers what budget do they have in this year? What is their main problem? What is their plan? Something like that. So the first thing is we have to answer such questions, and after that we have to approach them. That's what I want to add.
Yeah, no, excellent. I think just maybe, as a summary, just before we complete, one thing that I want to say, of course, you are busy and you are a technical person, you are not yet ready to probably engage with buyers or clients, but the reflection is more important sometimes. The reflection, the generalization, the thinking, the exploration is sometimes important in its own, right? So it's okay, as long as you keep constantly thinking, as long as you keep constantly seeing their problems, even if you're not selling your product, it's fine. Another strategy is to always see okay, am I to a point where should I kind of go to product hunt? Am I looking product hunt, for example, or something similar? You know, am I blogging it in dev.com? You know, things like that. Like just more, almost always, you don't have to do it now, but it's almost always to be at that age. Like my push is most of the time, you don't have most of the time the time to do many things, but by being constantly aware of things and the process, the values that you bring, even your challenge is value, right? Being challenged at the highest point is valuable. So, am I helping some people beside me? Am I generalizing? Am I seeing patterns? Am I capturing that patterns? Am I sharing them here and there? And you might not even it's you don't just do all what you think. And one of the best advice I have been given when I was maybe like a long time ago was there are 3 layers, or 3 persona of you to really be successful. One is the crazy one. The crazy one comes up with ideas all the time, constantly generates ideas. And then there is the kind of the evaluator, or like basically the one that couples that to the world. That one is kind of evaluating, right? So the filtering component of you. So the person who's really critical, but at the same time, it's more aware of the world. And the third one is who looks at opportunity. When the two aligns, when the filter really matches, and when the time is there, it basically works on them to make them, to sell them, or to basically convert them, to actually do them. You always need the 3. If you have one idea, you want to do it all the time, so that means the crazy becomes the doer, then it's not, you're gonna burn a lot of the times. And if you're just filtering so much, and then you don't have anything to do, that's also. So it's the optimization between the 3 versions of you. The crazy one who always constantly should be thinking and bringing ideas, exploring and looking at patterns, and the filter one that will really filter, and then the doer one that actually then once it finds something, it actually capitalizes on them. And I think this is probably will be useful as well for you. So I just want to say. And last one before we conclude, Yosef.
Okay, so yeah, everything is said, but I have one question. You have started it, but we have now something like kind of MVP, but one thing I have doubted is most of the code is, as we know, written by the AI. So when we think like the production level, how do we make sure our product is like production level, since there are when I see every project, when I see every project in each time, I will find something that's missing or that's not correct, because it doesn't work it correctly, or it hallucinates. So how do we make sure and build the confidence in the production level for our projects to be presented for the outside clients? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. What was the question, just in one sentence?
How can we make our projects production level since
the AI is the writer? So like that Cloud code is now written 100% by AI, by itself, by Cloud code, and Codex is the same, and Google is almost, it's in 35% more now of entire Google things are now being written by AI. And almost many of these things are just like 95% of the code that YC Combinator companies are now like, or the ones that are incubated are written by AI. So I think it doesn't stop you from that. It's the whole world that is being written by AI. So it's production grade. AI coding is production grade. It's your engineering on top of that that will make it production grade, not your checks, not, if you're thinking you have to check, that's wrong. But then you will not match it. You just have to have the right engineering. So, and as part of that, I'm also inviting you, just maybe because there's this conversation, and this Wednesday, every month we have a seminar here at our office at Hyaoulet, Aksum Hotel, Atagab, and probably we'll share more detail. There's going to be a compound engineering seminar I'm giving. So you're welcome as well just to attend in person. And there I'm going to be basically talking in that aspects of how to basically leverage C patterns over time and capitalize as you kind of build. So by this is the 7th week, and by now you really see you have all the elements that really amazing labs have. And you are exhausting your also resources, which is great. So the next part is really much more time and keeping reflection, seeing patterns, and seeing what is transient and what stays, right? So yeah, so maybe just we'll continue the conversation there. And I see that also there was by your kind of more, he feels that yeah, things are sometimes just a little bit more intense, and it would be easier if it was just more around one open source. But I think I'm sure you have seen the value of it. It's not about the code that one writes. There isn't one thing that is going to be useful anymore, right? It's not about whatever open source you can rebuild them. People are building the entire C compiler in 1 week. It's not. There's no such thing. If you're thinking still there's going to be value in writing something, I think that's the mindset you want to shift. It's about how do you engineer, how do you become, when there is so much of these things can be built, just like you built in 1 week, other people with even more experience can build more in 1 week. What stays? It's the knowledge, it's the agility, it's the keeping in pace and knowing what can be done is more important than just doing one thing. So you have to know intelligence got really cheaper. So that means that in the market, it's more, think of it, you were providing intelligence to the market. Humans were providing intelligence to the market. That was great. And more intelligence who are capable of doing something were more expensive. Now, there was a lot of, in the market now, AI has entered the market and basically provided intelligence as well. Of course, not everyone, just before, not every company could have used you to become great, right? So that's why you have to look opportunities sometimes outside. But that you were intelligent, you were in the market, and as the number of people like you becomes more, the more educated people, of course, there's going to be a lot more, the market saturates, right? That's the whole point. Now, AI has even made that kind of intelligence, like contribution. Still, intelligence is not in itself cheap, but like the availability in the market has got cheaper. And so knowing that is the advantage. So it's important to reflect on that aspect as well. So just I'll stop there because there's a lot one can say. But thank you. So the event is going to be at, I think, like we'll post, I think it's around 3 p.m. on Wednesday, but we will also communicate the Wednesday event just so that those people who can come and attend in person as well. It's going to be on Wednesday. So as I said, I'll share. Okay, great. So let's stop this one, and I'm going to really finish in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, the walkthrough on the challenge. The reason is because it's so clear, and then you have AI that you can understand it. All I am going to use the time is just more as a motivation. Okay, here is the challenge, and here is our thinking. So it will be much quicker this time. Okay, so let's break for 5 minutes now, and then come back, and we will not that much stay on the challenge document.